Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marcello Currents reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, and everybody with them. All right, so this message is going to be basically about forgiveness because some of y'all, you let the behavioral club in America make you feel like, well, you should be forgiven. Just forgive and let it go. Just forgive. Just forgive. Okay? Forgiveness, you can forgive, but you don't have to have a relationship with people. Let me say that again. You can forgive individuals, communities, even a country, but you don't have to have a relationship with the people you forgave. They're trying to get you to make up with people and be with people, and you can't do it. They're trying to make you be unified and coexist, and it's really not, and they're interpreting, and they're saying forgive when it's really them wanting you to coexist with someone that you can't coexist with. In other words, you can't have a relationship with them. But that's what they want you to do, and that's why they tell you to forgive, so that you can have a relationship with someone that forgived you, that has a toxic character and a low character, and they're not on your level. They're not on the mastery that you're on. That's why they made the mistakes that they made, and you can't do it. Forgiveness is allowing. Forgiveness, true forgiveness, is moving past the fault, putting it out of your heart, not verbalizing it, not talking, not carrying the negative emotions, the anger, the hate, and all of that comes with unforgiveness. You're taking all of that out, you're dumping it all out, and basically the whole issue is gone. The issue is gone with the person. That's forgiveness. Okay, now, this is what my message is about. There is no forgiveness on the battlefield. There is no forgiveness on the battlefield. And there are a lot of Christians, there's a lot of you that are at war and with people, and they're telling you to forgive, and you're at war. The element of forgiveness is not an issue or thought about on the battlefield. When it's war, it's war. Can you imagine any military personnel, any military people walking around thinking about forgiveness on a battlefield where there's crossfire and there's weapons being shot at them? You think they're worried about forgiveness? You think they're actually thinking about forgiving the people, forgiving and letting go of an offense when there's an obvious offense right there? There's an obvious offense right there because they're on the battlefield. But what you have to understand is a lot of people in your life and a lot of Americans that's a part of the emotional behavioral cult club would tell you, well, you're not walking in forgiveness. And they don't know how to define the situation and realize that you're at war with relentless people. So whether you forgive or not, because they're relentless, you have to continue, you have to war against them, and they interpret the war as unforgiveness. They're interpreting your warfare against a relentless enemy as unforgiveness. And there is no forgiveness on the battlefield. Forgiveness is not thought about on the battlefield. Forgiveness is not thought about on the battlefield. You can't let anybody brainwash you like that. There is no forgiveness on the battlefield. You have an issue with an individual, with people that are relentless. And your perspective cannot be sitting up thinking about forgiveness when they're constantly presenting a relentless fault. And they're presenting themselves as a relentless fault. You can't allow somebody to define your warfare against that as unforgiveness. It's not unforgiveness. They play the game. They want you to forgive because they losing. They want you to stop because they losing. They want you to let it go because they losing. War, you don't cease war when there's a relentless enemy. You don't cease war when justice needs to be served. That's kiddie stuff. Those are men-childs. Those are people who didn't form their brain properly. And there's a lot of people, you'll be amazed at the people that did not form their brains properly in America. Everybody ain't mature as you. Everybody does not have a fully properly formed brain. And some people suffer from psychosis and schizophrenic, paranoid, diagnoses. And you can't be like, oh, well, these people are just this, that, and the third. It's just, let me love on them. These people are psychotic. They have a real mental sickness, and they have to be put down like rabid dogs. Ain't no other way around it. You can't reason with people that have psychosis. You can't reason with people that suffer from certain mental sicknesses, especially psychosis. You can't reason with that. That they have to be put down like rabid dogs, while these other patsy cupcake Americans are telling you to let it go, to let go of the offense. While they're telling you to let it go, these people suffering from psychosis and still playing games. They're just mad that you're not. They're just mad that they're losing and being destroyed, and they're looking at you like you the one should forgive and do something when they should do something, which is fall back and realize you're defeated. Because I defeated my enemies. It's no reason for them to be here. You could put a fork in all my enemies, whoever it is, whatever nation it is, you could put a fork in them. They all done. So I don't even, when people try to contest with me, why would I contest with you when I've clearly won? When I have no spoils in that war? You're a sore loser. You're mad because you lost. And being relentless is just an attempt to save face. That's what they're doing. Them being relentless is just an attempt to save face because they lost. You can't replay a war. If you lost the war, you lost the war. Ask America when they lost Vietnam, the war in Vietnam. You think they can keep going down to Vietnam and playing around these Vietnam people? No, the global community is going to step in because you clearly lost. You clearly lost, and now you're just a sore, relentless loser. That's all it is. If America had said, okay, we gonna fight till we win. No, America lost the Vietnam War, and they had to tuck their tail and bring their tail back to America. They couldn't keep playing around the Vietnamese people when they clearly lost. Clearly. It was too much of a gamble. It was too devastating to them as a people. It's the same thing with my enemies. They clearly lost. All you're going to do is get the global community involved. That's what's going to happen. Because I have connections in Russia. I talk to people in Russia. That's what you don't know about me. I'm not slipping. I got people outside the country that I network with. So while they think I'm surrounded by Americans, I network with Russians. I even got a page that I look at about with Iranian people in Iran, you know, if you fight me, I'm gonna join your enemy. That's what I'm gonna do. You play with me, I'm gonna join your enemy. That's what you want me to do. This ain't high school. This ain't high school. You play with me, I'm gonna join the Russians, I'm gonna join the Chinese, I'm gonna join the Iranians. I'm playing with you, bruh. This ain't high school. You need to take off your college, wannabe alpha male jacket, and realize and grow up and realize you're in the jungle. And the white tribe has never been familiar with the jungle. That's why they riding around. You can tell the white tribe. All they do is ride around and be around the jungle. You can feel it. You can tell. They ain't nothing but the white Americans. And look at their country. See, what I need you Christians to understand, COVID-19 is a judgment from God. While other Christians are not telling you to take the vaccine, I'm not telling you that. That's to me, that's crazy behavior to tell someone not to take the vaccine. Okay, it's not crazy behavior to tell you that this is a judgment from God. America has passed gay laws. You just haven't realized the escalation of the wickedness. I'm gonna say that again. You just have not realized the escalation of the wickedness. They got gay laws. You got all these gay people having sex all the time throughout this country. You think God feeling that? Kids getting killed, gang banging, black on black crime. It's just time, man. They just thought it was going to last forever. So Christians now are being opposed because now they have networks, psychic networks, so all different types of American culture networks that are fighting them specifically against Christians. You are the enemy in America. Okay? That's it. And you either get it now or you're going to get it later. You're going to get it now or later. They have opposed us literally, pacifically. This is what you got to know. Not halfway putting a beer in your hand. They are trying to put a beer in your hand, or trying to insinuate you doing wrong. I'm saying they trying to destroy Christian people here, just like they do in other countries. Other countries have persecuted Christians. Let me say that again. Other countries have persecuted Christians for whatever reason. America has started to persecute the Christians. This is the level of evil you're on. And if you don't think it's true, you're going to be a casualty. You're going to be a casualty. Because these are the final hours. There's no time to play. There's no time to try to be cultural and join them through the holidays. There's no time to be cultural and join to them through any of these holidays, festivities. They don't love Jesus. So ain't no need for you to be trying to connect to American culture, and they don't love Jesus. They don't love Jesus. Why are they celebrating Christmas? I don't care if it's a pagan holiday or not. Why are they celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ? Persecuting you, playing around you. That's the enemy. Straight up. In contradiction with what Jesus said, but they celebrating Christmas. That part. Okay, so you're on the battlefield with America. They telling you to forgive. They telling you forgiveness is not an element, a dynamic in this situation. It's a war. You don't have soldiers on the battlefield that walks around talking about, let me forgive why they shooting at me. Let me forgive why they trying to blow me up. Forgiveness is not a dynamic on the battlefield. No one's thinking about forgiveness when there's a raging war. It's time to go to war, and I'm trying to show you. If you sign up for the military and you're a Christian, you think you're gonna walk on the battlefield and talking about, well, I'm just gonna forgive the enemy. You have to go to war, and the furthest things from your mind is going to be probably forgiveness. You ain't gonna be thinking about no forgiveness. You're gonna be thinking about the enemy and neutralizing the target so that you survive. So what's more important, forgiveness or your survival? God is not trying, everybody can't die. That's what you gotta understand. Everybody can't die. Everybody ain't gonna be no martyr. The wicked like to think they're gonna hang us up like our Lord and everybody's gonna be Jesus. There was one Jesus. That's why he said it is finished. So when they try to crucify you, this is why they get plagues. This is why COVID came. All the gang stalking, they tried to be like Rome, and I'm gonna do a video on that. They want to be Rome so bad, like have this Colosseum, blood sport, psychological this blood sport war game going on. They ain't no Rome. They ain't never been close to it. You don't have the arts, the cultures of Rome. You're not Rome. I'm sorry. You're a counterfeit. You're a knockoff bag if you were trying to be Rome. Okay, you're not Italy. You're not Rome. Okay? You're a washed up patsy culture that allows children to have sex in 40 states. That's what you are. You let children underage have sex in 40 states. That's who you are. And you Christians hear that, but you don't hear it. You a Christian. You should be standing up and saying, hey, well, if they're talking about kids getting abducted and kids getting all this sexual stuff, why are they allowing children to have sex in the first place? Why don't it just be only adults can have sex? Why wouldn't that be, wouldn't that be the solution? Wouldn't that be a real good foundational solution as far as order and law to have the age of consent in 50 states set at 18? There's no wiggle room. There's no one playing around. You not playing around. But they did play around. In the majority of the country, 40 states allows children to have sex. People are either children or adults, right? I don't want to hear a big child. I don't want to hear a mature child. You're either a child or an adult. So America's done from that. That's a casualty. That's a casualty. That's a done community. We don't care nothing about what you're doing. You have laws that allow sexual perversion towards children. This is what this is. This is not among mature adults, consenting adults. This is among a consenting child. So this is why you're in the shape that you're in. This is why we oppose you as Christians. As Christians, you should not be in this agreement. This should be where you sever your relationship with America when they allow children under the age of 18. I explained people are either children or adults. They allow children to have sex in 40 states, and you're sitting up there talking about pray, God bless America. God don't bless no mess. God don't bless no mess. God don't bless all this foolishness and disgusting things that's going on. All these people, men doing what they do, women doing what they do with other women. A lot of the men are gay because all the beautiful women are being lesbians. Most of these homosexual gay guys need is a very beautiful woman, more attractive than they are. I've talked to gay people, and I'm not saying it's the cure, but I've talked to gay guys that are attracted to extremely beautiful women. The beautiful women are being taken by other women. While you sitting up trying to blame and having it being hard on men, the beautiful women, where they at? For the man to desire. Where is the beautiful women for men to desire? They're having sex with other women. It's not just a patch. Why you want to make the gay men more than the gay women? There's so many beautiful women that's living with other women right now during the holidays. Beautiful women, extremely beautiful women. Because what you don't know about the gay community, it consists of many beautiful people. Beautiful men and beautiful women. Yeah. Okay? And this is what you're trying to get together. This is what you say. This is the country you address when you say, God bless America. It's time. It's just time. I mean, Donald Trump, what he did, that was time. It's just time. It's the government and the community. It's time. That's both. You can't act like it's a fight against the government when black on black crime is at an all-time high and these black guys are responsible for killing toddlers. They're responsible for stray bullets that's killing children while you want to go and fight the power. While you trying to fight the power, black on black crime is the reason why a lot of black children are dead. While you talking about fighting the government only. The difference between me and you, I don't talk about fighting the government only. I talk about all of this just needs to be fought. Therefore, it's the end. Yeah, so even for people that would act like, oh, you just being an enemy of America, I got a lot of good reasons. 40 states that allows children to have sex, 40 states that allow people that are not adults to have sex with children, adults, fully grown men. That means they could be football players, big 250-pound men having sex with frail 17 and 16-year-old girls. All 17, 16-year-old girls are not big and stout and Amazons. You got some frail 16 and 17-year-old girls that look like they're 14, and they can give consent to have sex with a fully grown man that's 250 pounds. While you talking about God bless America, this is the end. Conspired against the best leader here, Martin Luther King Jr. This is the end. They filed out of court in 1999 for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. and gave his family $100. And you talking about God bless America. They were guilty. Not just giving in and say, well, you know, we just want to be nice. We didn't really do it, but we're going to be nice. They were guilty of conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr., which led to his death. And they filed out of court, they settled out of court in 1999. In 1999 for $100 when they got all this money. In 1999, America wasn't broke. Why they give Martin Luther King Jr. family $100? It was more and more of the evil insult. Why you talking about God bless America? It's time to realize and understand you have not realized the forces that are around you. You sitting around like a sheep for the slaughter. And the more spiritual people get, the more spiritual you become, you should be talking about this same stuff. Because this is what God sees. While you sitting up talking about a certain behavior, and all these things that people should be doing, like things people can figure out on their own. While you making full series about things, behavior, full preaching series about behavior, while you're doing that, you got a country that allows children to have sex in 40 states. You got black on black crime that's responsible for children being killed. While you talk about somebody's behavior and teaching about behavior, this is what America wants you to do. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to sit up and preach that behavioral code club foolishness. That stuff, stuff that men and women can figure out on their own. You don't need nobody to really tell you how to act, how to behave. You're a grown person. Jesus would be addressing the issues and the people of the day. You think Jesus is going to be sitting around preaching to you about just the fruit of the Spirit? He's going to be talking about your wicked government. He's going to be talking about your wicked black on black crime. So Jesus ain't going to talk about nothing about the black on black crime. Jesus ain't going to talk about the 40 states that allows children to have sex. He ain't going to be talking about that. So what? Come on, man. Come on. You talking about God. God oversees all of this foolishness. He sees all of this foolishness, and it all gets addressed. Not just talking about how you behaving. This is nothing but control. This is how your government has controlled you. This is why a lot of people don't respect the preachers. This is one of the reasons Farrakhan himself, who was raised in a Christian environment, Farrakhan went to the Nation of Islam because the Christians was not addressing real issues in the community. And this is why some Christians listen to him anyway, no matter if he is a different religion, because he addresses the issues in the community. Okay? Forgiveness on the battlefield is not an element. You don't have to think about, you have to neutralize your target. Don't be a part of no behavioral club in America. Neutralize the targets. Don't have nobody make you focus on you being a bad person when you're on the battlefield, talking about you ain't forgiven and you on the battlefield. Okay?